ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಬಾಳ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? ಓಕೆ. जय श्री 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 शिवबालयोगी महाराज की जय. ನವ್ಯ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಮ್ಮ?
Yes, Uncle. So, good evening to all of the devotees present here. So, we would start the session by picking up the first question. So, the first question is from Vaishnavi Akka, Uncle. I think she's not there in the meeting, so I'll go ahead and...
Yes, please.
Yeah. So the question is, it is often said that the whole lineage of the Guru is contained in one's Guru, and bowing to the Guru reaches the entire Guru Parampara. Then, what is the deeper significance of the Guru's Guru in a disciple's spiritual life? How should we understand this correctly? Has Swamiji discussed the same or similar topic? Over to you, Uncle.
Okay, Navya, thank you. Now, so this question from Vaishnavi is about what we say in Sanskrit as Guru Parampara. So that is the lineage of the Guru. Okay? Of the Gurus, actually. If it's the lineage, then it's of the Gurus, right? So that is the question that Vaishnavi is asking. Yeah, Vaishnavi. And fortunately for us, the same question has been asked by a devotee in Las Vegas in the year 1990 when I went to the US along with Swamiji as his interpreter. Okay, so this question was asked in Las Vegas of, I think the state is Nevada and the country is USA. So that is where this question was asked. Okay. So while replying to a question, Swamiji talked about the lineages of the yogis. Okay. And Tom sent me the transcript of the discussion. Okay. I think it's, I don't know whether it is an audio record or a video record, but Tom sent me the transcription of that. And I am answering your question from that transcript, Vaishnavi. Okay. The devotee asked Swamiji a question about lineages in relation to yogis. Okay. Replying to that question, Swamiji categorically denied that lineages exist amongst yogis. Let me repeat that. Answering that question about the lineages of yogis, Swamiji categorically denied that lineages exist among yogis. So what he meant was, no, there are no such things as lineages. Okay. The following are excerpts from that, from Swamiji's answers that he gave during that discussion with that particular devotee about this question of lineages and gurus. Okay. So I'll just read out the answers. These are words of Swamiji that have been translated into English. Okay. Swamiji must have spoken in Telugu because I was the interpreter, so I understand Telugu, Swamiji's mother tongue, and I translated it, the Swamiji's lines into English. Okay. His lines are, and please note them carefully. Okay. All yogis belong to a single line. They are all the same. They are all connected together. There are no branches or anything like that. They all are agents of God And whichever agent is sent by God, that agent comes forward to do the service. Okay? These are Swamiji's lines. Again, I'll repeat these lines. So please note them carefully. All yogis belong to a single line. They are all the same. They are all connected together. There are no branches or anything like that. They all are agents of God, and whichever agent is sent by God, that agent comes forward to do the service. Okay? Now, I'll explain this, I mean, the way I understand it, okay, in detail. But before that, I also want to mention that in the same discussion, Swamiji mentioned another line, that is, a yogi never starts a religion. Okay? So we have certain misunderstandings. I mean, most of us, like for example, we think that Jesus started Christianity. I'm sorry, Jesus did not start Christianity. Okay? And in the same way, Buddha started Buddhism. No, Buddha did not start Buddhism. He was a yogi and he would not have started a religion. Same thing applies to Jesus Christ also. He did not start Christianity. Okay? Now, so let's get into the detail as to how I interpret these lines of Swamiji. Okay? Now, see, again, let me stress the point that here in the first part, I mean, in the following paragraphs or in the following lines, I am talking about lineages and yogis. Okay, are there any lineages amongst yogis? Are lineages applicable to yogis? Do yogis belong to different lineages? These are the ways in which the same question can be asked. And the answer to all of them is no. A categorical no from Swamiji, who is also a yogi. Okay. So I am talking about that first, lineages and yogis. I'm not denying that there are lineages. Okay. There are lineages amongst gurus, but Vaishnavi's question was, as the devotees of a yogi, how do we understand this? And how do we interpret this? Or how do we deal with this? And I'll also come to the specific question there, which is what does the guru of a guru mean to us? Guru of our guru. Our guru is Shivabalayogi. His guru is Lord Shiva. So how are we related to Lord Shiva? That is her question. Okay, so when we pray to Swamiji, is it sufficient? Is it equivalent to praying to Lord Shiva? Or do we need to do something else for Lord Shiva? Okay, so that is her question, an expansion of her question. So we will try to discuss those one by one. Okay, now let us take some examples of where we think there are lineages. Okay, between whom and who all belong to the lineage and which lineage. Okay, these questions are irrelevant if we go, if we trust Swamiji's words. Okay, but still, I am talking about the general beliefs that we have, what we understand today, and the knowledge that is available to us, the books and all that. So from that, let us pick some examples and then study those. Okay, the first example I take is that of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Swamiji has told us that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a yogi, and we know that he was a yogi. He also performed tapas, and he could communicate with God directly whenever he wanted. Okay? So, amongst the several disciples of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Balu a photo chupista, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa disciples అందరూ. సరే. One disciple was Narendranath. I mean, whom we know, I mean, who was known by the name of Naren, or Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to call him dearly as Naren. Okay. He was one of the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He was not the only disciple. We all know that. Okay. Now, it was after Sri Ramakrishna left his physical body that Narendranath became a sannyasi and took the name of Vivekananda. And that's the very popular name that we all know about. Okay. Vivekananda. We know that he was a devotee of, not only a devotee, he was a very close disciple of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. But I want you to note now that Vivekananda, I mean, before some, I mean, so long as Ramakrishna was in his physical body, there was no Vivekananda. There was only Narendranath. Narendranath Datta, I think. That's his full name, right? So only Narendranath was there. And it was only after Ramakrishna left his physical body that Narendranath took sannyasa. And the general practice is when a person takes sannyasa, he takes a different name, no, signifying that he has left his past and he's going to start his life from that point onwards. So to signify that, they take a new name. I mean, it's like losing your identity and picking up a different identity. Okay. So that is why he has taken the name of Vivekananda. And it was Vivekananda who started the Ramakrishna mission, what we know now as Sri Ramakrishna mission. Okay. Now, when he established the mission, the other devotees of Ramakrishna, the other disciples of Ramakrishna, and they also became monks, meaning they also took sannyasa and they joined him and they all together formed the Sri Ramakrishna mission, and then they started working for that, spreading Ramakrishna's word, teaching people about him, teaching his principles and all that. Okay. However, the point I want to bring out here is that Ramakrishna did not declare anyone as his successor. Okay. I want you to note that now. So this is one lineage that we are talking about, which is Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's lineage. Of course, we identify Vivekananda with that and the other yogis, and there are lots of ashrams now that belong to Ramakrishna mission. Of course, they are run by different names in different locations. Some locations it's called the Vedanta Society of that country, USA or something like that. Okay, here in Bangalore, it's called the Ramakrishna Ashram, like that. But that was started by Vivekananda. Okay. The other example that I want to discuss of a yogi and his disciples is that of Lahiri Mahasaya. Now, unfortunately, I have not read much about Lahiri Mahasaya or any of his disciples. Okay. But I read in the autobiography of a yogi that Yukteswara Giri was a disciple of Sri Lahiri Mahasaya. Okay. And then the author of the book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, his name was Yogananda, and he was a disciple of Yukteswara Giri. Okay. Now, any of you can check up and you will see that neither did Lahiri Mahasaya appoint anyone as his successor, nor did Yukteswara Giri appoint anyone as his successor. Okay? It was Yogananda who established uh, the entity called Yogoda Satsang. Okay? And that is doing a lot of work dedicated to Yogananda and his gurus. Okay? Again, the point I'm trying to make here is Lahari Mahashai by himself did not appoint anyone as his successor. It's not really an appointment. He did not declare any one devotee or disciple as a successor. Okay. Now, so these are two examples that I have taken of yogis and what we believe to be their lineages. Okay. And that is what Swamiji is denying now. He says there are no lineages for yogis. Actually, he goes to the extent of saying that, I mean, if you look at these people as yogis, they are not related with those who claim to be their successors. Swamiji says there's no relation between them. I don't understand that. They are devotees, but then there are so many devotees, they are also a few of the devotees of the yogi. They are also a few of the disciples of the yogi. Okay? So now let's look at another uh, part. I don't know whether to call it a part or there are lineages. We know that very well. And now this time I am talking about lineages of gurus. Okay. A very simple thing that we all know, at least in India, is that there are Shankaracharyas, a succession of Shankaracharyas. Okay. As we know, there are at least four Shankara Matas in India. I think there are more, but the four that were established by Shankaracharya, the Adi Shankaracharya, the first Shankaracharya. Okay, now after him, every one of these mats was headed by a Shankaracharya. Okay, Kanchi Kamakoti has a Shankaracharya. I don't know much about the others. Okay, but they were also headed by people who were given the title of Shankaracharya. So anyone who successes the previous guru, previous Shankaracharya, is also called the Shankaracharya of that particular mutt. Okay. And there are several mutts in India. Okay. And these are all religious organizations. Okay. Try to understand my stress on that word, religious organizations. Okay. So amongst the Hindus or Hinduism, we have the Shankar mutts. We have other mutts also, number of other mutts, almost like each caste has a different mutt and each mutt has a head. And once the head leaves his physical body, another person takes over that position, of the head of the mutt, and he becomes the acharya of that mutt. Okay, so here Balu is showing the pictures of a few of the Shankaracharyas. Okay, now let me clarify this. I should mention this if because I am discussing this subject. Okay, some of those Shankaracharyas, I don't know about the others, but some of those Shankaracharyas have also performed tapas. And Swamiji told us that they were also yogis. Okay. One Shankaracharya that I am talking, Balu, a photo ne chupichu Balu. Ah. One Shankaracharya that I am referring to is Chandrasekharendra Bharati. Chandrasekharendra Saraswati, I think, right? ఇందులో ఉన్నారా బాలు ఆయన అలాగే చూపించు బాలు వేరే ఫోటో చూపించు So Swamiji told us that Shankaracharya, I don't know the number, whether it's 61st or 32nd or what. I don't know. So that Shankaracharya, which was called uh, by a name by all his devotees, called Periyava, meaning the elderly one. Okay, that was the short name given to him. He was very popular amongst his devotees, and he has done a lot of spiritual service to a number of devotees. He has helped them a lot in their normal life also. I don't mean spiritual life alone, okay? Even in the worldly life, they derived a lot of blessings and help from him, like we all have derived from Shivabalayogi. Okay? So don't mistake that I am saying that none of the Shankaracharyas are yogis. No. There are some Shankaracharyas amongst them who are also yogis, who have also performed tapas. Okay? Now, the other Shankaracharya that Swamiji referred to as a yogi is the Shankaracharya of Joshi Mutt. I don't even know exactly where the Joshi Mutt is. Somewhere, I think, in the Himalayas or the foothills of Himalayas. I'm not sure. But Swamiji mentioned that Shankaracharya was also a yogi. He also had performed tapas. Okay. Now, this much about the Hinduism. Okay. I am talking about religions now. I am not talking about yogis. Okay. Let us take Buddhism. I have heard the names of Dalai Lama and Panchalama. I don't know. I think there are many other lamas, or I don't know exactly what Lama means, or what Dalai Lama means, or what Panchalama means. All that I am saying is they are also religious heads, and there is succession amongst those. Meaning, when one Lama, Dalai Lama, leaves his body, either he will pick, he himself, while he is alive, will pick who the next Dalai Lama will be. Or if he did not do it, then a few of his successors get together and they have a very complicated process by which they select the next Dalai Lama. Okay, so there is succession there. And we know that there is succession even in Jainism, okay, which is also a religion. Now, we all very well know that amongst the Catholic Christians, there is the Pope, who is the head of, what shall I say, Christianity, head of the church. Is the church an organization? Okay. Then, after one Pope, another Pope comes and takes over. Like it happened recently, right? One of the popes had left his body, he passed away. So a new pope was appointed after a meeting, an election, and all that. Okay, they have some process. Now, each organization has its own process, though, so they select the leader or elect the new leader to be a successor of the old leader. Okay, now I don't know if there is any such head for the Protestants. Well, I know that Catholics and Protestants are the two branches of Christianity. We all know that Pope heads the Catholics, but I don't know whether there is a head for Protestants, whether there is a single head or there are multiple heads, whether there is succession. I'm not sure. I don't know about it. Okay. So I want you to remember the line that I read that Swamiji mentioned in this discussion about lineages. He said, a yogi never starts a religion. Okay? And Swamiji is saying that amongst the yogis, there are no lineages. They all belong to one. They are all belong to one line only. Okay? And let us understand this. Swamiji is saying that they're all agents of God. Directly the agents of God. There is nobody in between. All yogis, they're all agents of God. Okay? And God assigns them a duty and sends them to the earth, maybe to other planets also. And whatever work God has assigned to them, duty that God has assigned to them, they carry out that duty. Okay? So I think it's clear now that it is the religions which have a Guru Parampara, not yogis. Okay? So if we look at, if we want to look at the lineage of a guru, of a yogi, I'm sorry, the yogi is directly linked to God. There is nobody in between. And then he doesn't appoint a successor. So there is nobody after him also. So all devotees of all disciples or devotees of a yogi are connected to the yogi directly. And the yogi is connected to God directly. No lineage, no branches, nothing like that. Okay? Now, so this is the answer I am trying to give to Vaishnavi. So, her next question is, so how do we interpret this? Okay, we have now understood what Swamiji has taught us about lineages and yogis. Okay, now as devotees of a yogi who is an agent of God, how do we understand this? Okay, now the simple explanation that I want to give is in the form of a sloka. The sloka that all of us know. Okay. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Okay. Incidentally, this I think was written by the Adi Shankaracharya, and he says Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara. Swamiji used to say it a little differently. Of course, it's correct in Telugu. So he used to say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guruve Maheshwaram. Okay. Now the way we interpret it, or we were taught the meaning of this is Guru is equivalent to Brahma, Guru is equivalent to Vishnu, and Guru is also equivalent to Maheshwara. But the way Swamiji says it, with just a little change in the word, he says Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guruve Maheshwaram. Okay, it changes the interpretation slightly. Okay. So Swamiji is saying that it's not equivalence. Guru himself is Brahma. Guru himself is Vishnu. Guru himself is Maheshwara. Okay. The meaning changes so much just by that single letter. Gurur Devo Maheshwara is what is written in the sloka. But Swamiji used to recite it as Guruve Maheshwaram. So the way it is said, it applies to both Vishnu and Brahma also. Okay. So this is the way we have to interpret it. And what I am trying to tell you here is that we are so fortunate to be the devotees or disciples of a yogi. Okay, and who is the guru of the yogis? It is God directly. Okay, so that way we are connected to the God through our guru. That's all. Okay. I
Thank
just
you.
want to narrate a, yeah, Navya, just 7:30, right? 7. Yeah. So let me just give you, I just want to describe an incident, Navya, which brings out another beautiful and sweet aspect of Swamiji. okay, in this regard, as to the relationship of his devotee, that is Swamiji's devotee, to his guru. That's the question that Vaishnavi is asking, right? The first thing I want to say is I have already talked about a few examples, a few experiences of devotees where the devotee saw Swamiji himself to be Lord Shiva. One experience that I narrated was about a devotee by the name of Narasimha Swami. Then another experience I narrated was that of my own grandfather who could see Lord Shiva. Not Swamiji as Lord Shiva, but Lord Shiva gave him darshan directly. Okay. Then here there is another a short incident, but very interesting. Uh, I think you all by now know Yashoda Akka. I mean the lady devotee whom we all call as Akka, meaning elder sister. Her name was Yashoda. She passed away recently in 2023. Okay, so this is an incident that happened with her, but several of us witnessed it. Part of it, not the whole of it. Then Yashodaka related to us what exactly happened. Okay. So I'll first tell you what we witnessed. Every day in the morning, after taking his bath, Swamiji used to worship Lord Shiva in the form of a Shivalingam in his own room. The lingam was placed in his own room, Chustavalu. And Swamiji used to come and perform the Abhishekam to that Shivalingam, offer Naivedyam, and also perform the Aarti to that Shivalingam, to this particular Shivalingam. Okay. This Shivalingam, I mentioned earlier, is now placed in the temple, in the sanctum sanctorum of Lord Shiva and Parvati at Swamiji's Bangalore ashram. This room was also in, it's there now. Even now we can go and see this room. This is where Swamiji stayed for a very long time, several years. Okay. So he used to worship this Shivalingam every day in the morning while he was in Bangalore. Okay, so one morning, what happened was, Swamiji used to play with us a lot, okay, play with his own devotees a lot. Those of us, who are very close to him and who are residing in the ashram, so he would play with all of us. So one day in the morning, what happened, uh, Yashodakka used to play with Swamiji and Swamiji used to play with Yashodakka. Okay, so every day, by the time Swamiji comes out of the bathroom after taking his bath, Yashoda used to hide somewhere in the room. Okay. Then it was a challenge for Swamiji to go and find her, find out where she is hiding. And so he would expose her and then he would laugh and Yashodaka would laugh. Oh, I found you, something like that. And Yashodaka would laugh and we all would laugh with Swamiji and Yashodaka. Okay. So this day, what happened was, I was inside the bathroom giving Swamiji a bath. And then I came out along with Swamiji. And Swamiji went directly to the Shivalingam. And he started pouring the water with a spoon, with a small silver spoon. He started pouring water on the Shivalingam. Okay. And when Swamiji started doing the Abhishekam to Shivalingam, Yashodaka was on that morning hiding under the Shivalingam. Under the table that you see there. Somehow she went under the table and then she was hiding there. No, the day it happened, the table was much longer. There were also other idols and all that. But that's where she hid, thinking that Swamiji will not look under the Shivalingam. Okay? But Swamiji went straight there. And when Swamiji started doing the Abhishekam, she was embarrassed. Okay? She expected Swamiji to come out and search for her. But without searching for her, Swamiji went directly to the Shivalingam and started doing the Abhishekam. I don't know what happened, what ran in her mind, but Yashodaka tried to come out from under the table. Okay. So as she was trying to come out from the table, and as her head appeared out of the table, what Swamiji did was 1 teaspoon of water he would pour on Yashodaka's head. So 1 teaspoon of water he would pour on the Shivalingam. The next teaspoon he would pour on Yashodaka's head. Then the next teaspoon again he would pour on Shivalingam and then on Yashodaka. Now this continued for a few moments, not for very long. And what happened was Yashodaka went into a trance. Okay. And then the puja was done, the Abhishekam was done, the puja was done. Yashodaka came out of trance. Then she served the breakfast to Swamiji. Then we all dispersed. Okay. We thought that was just a game that Swamiji played and Yashoda played with him. But then Yashoda was very embarrassed with what happened. She was actually feeling guilty. Okay. Why did Swamiji pour the water on my head? It's like performing Abhishekam to me. Why did he do that? I am only his devotee, right? I am his disciple. So why did he do that? And he did it in front of all of us. So she was very perplexed and very confused about it. She was very worried about it. She was thinking whether she had committed something wrong, and so it happened. Okay. So then, within some 1 day or 2 days only, she brought food to be served to Swamiji. Okay. So while serving the food, she was alone with Swamiji. So she begged of Swamiji, Swamiji, why did you pour water on my head? Did I do something wrong? Was that a mistake? Please forgive me. Swamiji said, no, you did not do anything wrong. Remember, I asked you to surrender completely to Swamiji, and you did that. You made a promise that you now, henceforth, you totally surrender to Swamiji. And you did that, didn't you? Yashodaka said, of course, you asked me to surrender myself to you, and so I did. Then Swamiji said, because you surrendered yourself to Swamiji by pouring the water on your head while doing puja to Lord Shiva, Swamiji has offered you to Lord Shiva. Do you understand that? See, Yashodaka was advised to offer herself, surrender herself completely to her guru, who is Shivabalayogi. But in turn, Shivabalayogi says he has offered her to Lord Shiva, meaning he didn't want to keep Yashoda as his devotee. Okay? Now that is the attitude of a yogi. Everything is Shiva Arpanam. Okay? Everything is offered to God. He doesn't accept anything. He doesn't. Of course, he plays with us. Okay? But whatever is given to him out of devotion, he offers it directly to God, to his guru. Okay? Now, people who have seen him or people who have seen his Swamiji's videos might have noticed that when people offer garlands to Swamiji, okay, he would immediately close his eyes. Even before the garland is put on his neck, around his neck, he would close his eyes and he would not open his eyes until the garland is removed from his head. And this was the training that we all got, who were with Swamiji, who would travel with Swamiji, who would attend to Swamiji. Whenever a garland is put by a devotee on Swamiji's neck, we are supposed to immediately remove it. Okay? Because if we don't remove it, Swamiji will remain with his eyes closed. He'll keep his eyes closed until the garland is removed. Okay. Now, my interpretation is that that garland that a devotee is offering to him, he doesn't accept it. Meaning, let me tell you this, okay? He doesn't accept it as Satyaraju. No, Satyaraju does not accept the garland. Satyaraju closes his eyes and offers that garland to his guru, who is Lord Shiva, Shankara Bhagavan. Okay? This is how yogis are. Okay? So we being the direct disciples of Swamiji, it's like we are the direct disciples of God. No lineages, no hierarchy, nothing in between us and God. Okay? There is just the Guru, our Guru, the yogi. And beyond him, it's God. Okay? So this is what I wanted to explain to you. Yeah, Navya. So that's the end of that answer, Amma. If there are any questions, I would like to take them to clarify if anybody has any doubts or any further explanation. If they want, I can give it now.
Yeah, if anybody has any follow-up questions, could raise their hand or could put it in the chat.
Balu, are they still unmuted? Uh, it seems all participants are unmuted, meaning they're allowed to unmute themselves if they want, and they can ask the question if they want. Okay, Navya. So let's go ahead to the. Are there any questions? Or
No, I do not find any questions either in the YouTube live or in the chat, Uncle.
okay, Amma, go ahead. Go ahead to the next question then.
The next question is from Vanita Shri Akka, Uncle.
Yeah,
Uh, I can see a devotee with name Shri.
yeah,
Uh,
Amma. So that is
is
her.
okay.
So
So
please allow her to ask the question, and then you can reflect on that. Okay.
okay, Uncle. I guess
And
she's yeah.
I know.
Go ahead, Akka.
What kind of things make Swamiji happy and made angry?
Okay. No, but Sri, you missed the first part. That is very important.
I want to correct myself, Uncle.
Yeah. Okay.
For that,
So the context of your question, the reason you are asking the question is, there could be many things which could have made Swamiji happy, or there could be many things which could have made him angry, but you are not interested in that. You are interested in knowing, what would make him happy about your behavior, right? Am I
yes,
clear,
Uncle. Yeah, Uncle.
Sri? Yeah. And also, what in your behavior will make him angry? Because you want to correct yourself, right? Now, if I tell you all the other things, those are not going to help you. Yeah, Navya. Go ahead, Navya.
Yeah, Akka. So, Akka, your question is very relevant to all the true disciples of Swamiji. A true disciple tries to behave in ways that would please the Guru and avoid or correct all behavior that will anger the Guru. Thanks for asking the question.
Okay. Yes, Sri. So, thank you very much for asking this question. uh, but let me tell you, I found it very difficult to find the correct answer for your question. Okay. I will explain to you why. Okay. I have been thinking about your question ever since you sent it to me, as to what would be the appropriate answer to your question. Okay. Like I mentioned, you are not asking me things like, did going to America make him happy? Okay, maybe it would have made him happy, but that doesn't help you to improve yourself in any way, right? So that's the context in which I had to find the answer. Okay. Now, the difficulty I had, what was the difficulty I had? I mean, having spent so many years with him, the difficulty I had was to identify the behavior or the situation which really made him angry or really made him happy. Try to understand me, okay? Now, many of us must have described, I mean, including me, and actually, there is a very close devotee, very senior devotee of Swamiji by the name of Amrit Singh Virk, who has written a book on Swamiji, Lagu Guru Upanishad. And in that, he writes, if Swamiji is not sleeping and he is not in meditation, he is having fun. He is making fun of people, his devotees, or he's cracking jokes. So most of the time he was laughing and playing with us, okay? Now, but is that real happiness? Is that going to teach us something? Maybe at a very high level, I mean, he's trying to set an example for us that just be happy, don't worry. And he used to say that, don't worry. Okay. Actually, he used to say, don't worry, meaning don't worry. Okay. So that was the extent of stress he used to place on not worrying. Okay. So that was his daily behavior. I mean, except during the final years, final 2 years when he was extremely sick. And so he couldn't laugh much during those years. He suffered a lot of pain, lot of discomfort. Okay. But until then, until his health was seriously damaged, he was laughing all the time. Wherever he is, whether he is in the US, UK, Sri Lanka, North India, South India, it didn't matter where he was. Whether the devotees were old or new, it didn't matter to him. He would keep laughing, keep making fun, and having fun by himself also. Okay? Now, so that being the case, what's the example that I can pick? And when can I say, in what context, in what situation was Swamiji really happy? I have to find that. And in what situation did Swamiji really get angry? As I must have told you earlier also, the yogi doesn't have a mind. So the yogi doesn't have emotions. Okay? But at times he has to show the emotion. Like, for example, take anger, right? So let us say he's trying to teach me a lesson, okay? Trying to correct me, trying to let me know that what I have done, my act was wrong and I need to correct it. Now, if he tells that to me smilingly, how would I take it? I would also take it as a joke and then I'll just ignore it, right? I'll just let it go. Okay, it was just a joke. No, but his intention was to correct me. So at that time, he has to get angry. He has to show the anger. Internally, he may not be angry, he may not be disturbed. I have seen those examples also. Okay? But externally, to me, he has to show anger. So I am afraid, then I start thinking as to what is it that I have done wrong. And of course, most of the times he used to tell us what our mistake was. And then we would correct our mistakes. Right? So this being the whole character of Swamiji, I have to find incidents, situations, contexts where our guru, the yogi, was truly angry or truly happy. Okay? So after thinking for a long time, I have decided to narrate a couple of incidents. related incidents, of course, but several years apart. Okay. Now, these incidents are actually linked to an ex-chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. I'll come to that a little later. It also occurred to me that I should tell you one clear, simple, short sentence that Swamiji told me once. He said it in Telugu. He told me, and I remember that always, okay? He says, మనసులో కల్మషం ఉండకూడదయ్యా. Let me repeat that. మనసులో కల్మషం ఉండకూడదయ్యా. Okay. I think I was alone with him at that time. But however, I would like to point out, and trust me, that was not addressed to me. Meaning he's not telling me that, I'm sorry, I need to translate that into English first so you understand what he said. It means, Manasulo kalmashamu undakurdaya. Manasulo is in the mind. Kalmashamu, impurities, impurity or impurities, singular or plural. Undakurdaya, should not be there, should not exist. Meaning he's saying that impurities should not be harbored in the mind, are allowed to exist in the mind. So what he was telling me is that is the ideal way a human being has to be. He should not harbor any impurities in his mind. Okay. So the next obvious question would be, what are the impurities that Swamiji was referring to? He did not explain those at that time, but I'm sure he was referring to the Arishad Vargas, meaning the 6 enemies that our scriptures talk about, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsaramudu. Okay, meaning Kama is desire or lust, Krodha, anger, Mada is arrogance, Lobha, meaning stinginess, okay? Trying to keep everything to yourself, selfishness, okay? Matsara is jealousy, okay? I think he was referring to these. These are the impurities. Because again, remember that Swamiji is a yogi, right? So the yogis tell you, control your mind, do the meditation so that you develop the control of your mind, so that your mind comes under your control. And refer to any yogi's teachings, the term mind, or actually in Sanskrit, manas, refers to the emotions that are caused by these qualities. Arishad Varga. Okay. And to that, we can, of course, add, fear, which is not there in that list, ego, ahankara, which is, very much closely related to arrogance. But ahankara is a much, much wider term. It includes a lot more than just arrogance. Okay. So I think these are the qualities which Swamiji termed as impurities. Kalmashamulu. Kalmasha in Kannada. Okay. Kalmash probably in Hindi. So this is what Swamiji had advised me once. Okay. Now, so the 2 examples that I wanted to give are related to N.T. Ramarao. Okay. That is, he's a very famous Telugu cinema actor. Okay. Yeah. So that is his photograph. And this photograph was taken when he was the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. Okay. And the story is about his chief ministership. What I am going to narrate is about his chief ministership only. Okay. So let's go to the first incident. Okay. I don't remember the exact date, but I think it happened on the Vinayaka Chaviti of 1985, which was on the 18th of September 1985. Okay. Now, no, in those days, for a few years, Swamiji would go to Hyderabad every Vinayaka Chaviti festival. Okay. He was invited there by Lakshmikantamma and a few devotees of Hyderabad. The reason being that, every Vinayaka Chaviti, not on the day of the Vinayaka Chaviti, but the 10th day after Vinayaka Chaviti, which is called as Ananta Chaturdashi, the 14th night of the moon, the day before the full moon day of that month, there used to be a procession in Hyderabad city where all the Ganesha idols, the big ones, they would all be immersed in water. Okay. So on that day, there used to be a procession all through the city. Several processions used to go through the city and then culminate at a lake which was called the Hussain Sagar Lake. I mentioned this lake when we talked about the idol of Buddha, the huge idol of Buddha. In the same lake, all the Ganesha idols would be immersed. So during that procession, there used to be communal fights between the Hindus and the Muslims. Okay, every year it used to happen, and every year several people used to be killed, and there was a lot of disturbance. Law and order used to be broken, and there used to be a lot of disturbance, and it kept on happening almost every year without fail. Okay, so we knew that if Vinayaka Chaviti is coming, then it will be followed by Ananta Chaturdashi. There will be processions, there will be communal wars, communal fights, and people will die in that. Okay, then there will be curfew enforced all over the city. People will not be allowed to go out. Schools will be given a holiday. Offices won't work. All vehicles will be shut down. A lot of trouble every year for Vinayak Chaviti. So these devotees, they requested Swamiji, Swamiji, why don't you come down to Hyderabad for every Vinayaka Chaviti? Because we want this problem to be solved in Hyderabad. This is a religious problem which is connected to Lord Ganesha. And please come here and bless Hyderabad so that this problem is resolved. Okay. So it didn't happen for the few years that Swamiji used to come there. I remember he started coming there in the year 1979. Then every year he used to come to Hyderabad, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. Okay. So I am talking about 85, 1985, Vinayaka Chaviti. Swamiji was there. By that time, in that year, N.T. Ramarao had become the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Please remember, in those days, Telangana was a part of Andhra Pradesh. Now it is separate. Andhra Pradesh is separate from Telangana. But in those days, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh used to be one single state called Andhra Pradesh. And the capital of that state was Hyderabad. Okay. So in that year, Swamiji came there, I think, a day before the festival. Because the next day for the festival, he has to be here. Okay. And I knew that Swamiji was going to Hyderabad, and I am from Hyderabad. My parents were still there. My siblings are also still there. So I wanted to go to Hyderabad. So I went to Hyderabad before Swamiji arrived. And I was there when Swamiji arrived on the 17th of September. Okay. And it so happened that Kodandam was also there from Adivarapeta, a very close devotee of Swamiji. And Dorai Swami, who is a devotee from Bangalore, he flew along with Swamiji to Hyderabad. Okay. So a number of us were there, a number of devotees were there. And Swamiji was staying at his ashram in a village named as Gollapalli, which is near Shamshabad. Okay. Now there is an international airport has come up since then. I'm talking about 1985. So after that, an international airport has been established there, and that has become the de facto airport for Hyderabad city. Okay, all flights leave from there and all flights arrive there now. That was not the case. The airport was in Begumpet by the side of the Hussain Sagar Lake, and so Swamiji came to uh, Gollapalli, his ashram in Gollapalli, and he was staying there. Now that day, Lakshmi Kantamma, who was also one of the people who invited Swamiji, she was also a committee member. She was actually the president of the Hyderabad committee of Shri Shivabalayogi Maharaj Trust. So she came there to Swamiji and then she told Swamiji, I had invited N.T. Ramarao, the chief minister, to come and have your darshan. And he has agreed, but he says that he will come here at 4 a.m. in the morning. 4 o'clock early in the morning, he will come here to your ashram to have your darshan. And we were all surprised, 4 a.m. early in the morning, 4 o'clock. It is a festival day and we will have so much work to do and what shall we do, okay? But Swamiji straight away gave her permission, said, okay, ask him to come. I will give him darshan at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we were all very surprised. And then we spent that night normally. We had our dinner. And after dinner, we started talking to Swamiji. Okay. The ashram was a very small ashram with just one room for Swamiji in those days. Later on, a building came up there. Swamiji constructed a building. But in those days, there was just one room. Attached to that was a kitchen. And after the kitchen, there was the bathroom. And in that one room, there was a cot with a mattress on it. And Swamiji would sit on that and give darshan to people who have come to have his darshan. Okay. And that night, that is the day before the Vinayaka Chaviti, we kept talking to Swamiji until after midnight. Okay. ఇది కాదు బాలు, ఇది ఆశ్రమం కాదు. కాదు. Okay, so we kept talking beyond midnight. We were happy, because we had Swamiji's company and we enjoyed talking with him. So we kept talking and talking and talking, and we noticed that it was past midnight and we were talking and Swamiji wouldn't sleep. So we just continued talking. And then we realized it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Suddenly Swamiji told us, see, N.T. Ramarao is going to come at 4 o'clock for Swamiji's darshan. So we need to get ready for that. We thought, oh my God. Because getting ready in the morning for Swamiji means he has to have an oil massage, okay, an oil massage followed by a hot water bath, and then only he's ready. We thought nothing of that sort will happen. Just for today, there will be a concession and Swamiji will not insist on having a bath or anything like that because N.T. Ramarao is coming at 4 o'clock. So he'll just get up, sit and then give darshan to N.T. Ramarao, and after N.T. Ramarao goes away, we can have the oil massage and the bath and all that, breakfast and all that. So that was our assumption. But suddenly at 2 o'clock, Swamiji said, let us get ready. N.T. Ramarao is coming. Then he said, Swami, you have to give a bath to Swamiji. So all of a sudden we had to rush and there was no geyser there. And we need hot water after to bathe Swamiji after the oil massage, okay? Otherwise, the oil doesn't go away, right? It's very difficult to remove the oil without hot water. So immediately the wood stove had to be lighted and the water was being heated while we performed the oil massage to Swamiji. As I had explained earlier, the massage itself would go on for almost an hour or even more than that. So we did the oil massage, we gave him a bath, and then he entered his room. The only one room that I told you where his cot was. He entered the room and he said, remove the cot. You're wondering, you have to give darshan to N.T. Ramarao. You sit on the cot and give the darshan. So why are you asking us to remove the cot? He said, no, remove the cot. He asked us to remove the cot, place only the mattress on the floor for him to sit. Of course, covered with a bed sheet, okay? Then he asked us to spread some carpets by the side where N.T. Ramarao could sit. Then we were perplexed by that. Swamiji, you could continue to sit on the cot and you could have given darshan to N.T. Ramarao. Why are you sitting on the floor? He said, no. He says he has taken sannyasa. Balu, oksar mali chupichu balu a photo. He used to wear ochre robes, kashaya vastra, okay? I'm talking about N.T. Ramarao. Swamiji was in his kaupinam as always. No change in that, okay? But N.T. Ramarao came wearing saffron clothes. And he had changed the dress, He used to wear saffron clothes wherever he went. So Swamiji said, he says he has taken sannyasa. So he is a sannyasi. So I cannot sit on a cot and make him sit on the floor. That is not correct. So either we both have to be seated at an elevated position, equally elevated position, or we have to be both seated on the floor, on the ground. We felt it was strange, we said, that fellow is only acting, he's not really a sannyasi. By that time he was married, he had several children, and he is now a chief minister of the state. He was into politics. But Swamiji would not listen. He said, that's all a different matter. He claims that he is a sannyasi and he is coming to Swamiji. So Swamiji has to give him a treatment befitting a sannyasi. And that is what Swamiji will do. So we had no option. So we agreed. Then look at this. There is a little interesting thing here. Not important for our discussion, but to tell you the character of Swamiji. I don't know if I can call it character, but that is it. That's what I'm telling you. He asked us to pick up 2 garlands. Doraiswami was asked to pick 1 garland, go down the stairs, wait in the parking lot, and as soon as N.T. Ramarao gets off his car, Doraiswami was supposed to garland him with that garland. And from where did we get these garlands? These garlands were brought by Swamiji's devotees to garland Swamiji that day, okay? The previous day. Those were the garlands. So Doraiswami took 1 garland and went downstairs. Then he gave 1 he did not give it, but he asked me to pick another garland and said, you stand at the door to Swamiji's room, okay? Inside the door. So Doraiswami will garland him there when he gets off the car, and you garland him when he enters Swamiji's room. As if as an attendant, as a devotee of Swamiji, I am garlanding N.T. Ramarao and receiving him to Swamiji's room. Okay? Now, so we were all ready with this. So I'm just pointing out the protocol that Swamiji followed, what we generally call as protocol. So Probably it's a diplomatic protocol or I don't know what to call it. A political protocol, I don't know. Okay. But this was the protocol that Swamiji followed because he was receiving a chief minister who claimed to be a sannyasi. Okay. Then N.T. Ramarao arrived, and let me tell you, he arrived exactly at 4 a.m. Early in the morning, it was still dark outside. He arrived there. His car was there at 4 a.m. Okay. He got off the car. He was garlanded by Doraiswami. Then he came up the stairs to Swamiji's room. I was at the entrance. I garlanded him. Then he was offered a seat on the floor, on the carpet that was laid for him. So he sat there. Now, Lakshmikantamma incidentally had gone to N.T. Ramarao's home early in the morning before 4 o'clock. It must have taken them an hour to come to the ashram. Okay, so she went there and she accompanied N.T. Ramarao to the Golapalli ashram, which was about 30 kilometers away from Hyderabad. Okay, so she came up to Swamiji's room. She was also seated there. Then a few moments passed. Nobody said anything. We were all very quiet. Then suddenly Lakshmikantamma said, he may want to talk something to Swamiji in private. So let us all leave the room. Let us all go out. Then, we could not say anything else. So we all got up and then we left the room. So N.T. Ramarao was with Swamiji, all by himself. I think Kodandam was there. I'm not sure. Kodandam remained in the room as Swamiji's assistant. And we all came out. Okay. Now, after about a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes at the most, Swamiji summoned all of us into his room again. We all went there. I think he was given some prasadam, a snack, probably a cup of tea. Then he left. Okay. Immediately after he left, Lakshmikantamma approached Swamiji and asked Swamiji, Swamiji, what did he ask for? What did he talk to you about? Swamiji was not at all excited. He didn't show any of those emotions. He just said, Amma, he told me that he wanted to serve the public. He wanted to serve the people. And Swamiji blessed him. That's all. Very plain, no emotion, nothing. Okay? And I think she was surprised. And we also were surprised. No. What did he ask for? A cinema actor who had become a chief minister, and he comes to a yogi and says, I want to serve the public. And Swamiji blessed him. Now, here is the part, okay? Here is the part I want to really tell you all about. After that, N.T. Ramarao gained immense popularity. He was already very popular, okay? He was one of the most popular cinema heroes of that time. Probably there was just one other person called A.N.R., Akkineni Nageshwar Rao, who was also a cinema actor, a hero, and he was as famous as N.T.R. There can always be a debate about who was more famous, okay? That's fine. But I'm not talking about the popularity as a cinema actor. He became very popular and very successful as a chief minister, okay, for the following 3-4 years. There is some history before that. You can read that. I am not interested in that. Okay, and then that whole thing happened, and then we all returned to Bangalore, and several things happened. Okay, days passed, months passed, years passed, and then the next election had come. I don't remember exactly whether that was the next election or the election after that. Okay. One evening, so I'm in Bangalore now. Okay. I was in Bangalore at that time. So after the bhajan and all that, after the program in the hall was over, I had my dinner and then I went to Swamiji's chamber, as I used to do every night. So this night, when I entered Swamiji, I noticed that Swamiji was watching the TV. news in the TV. Okay. And he was very agitated and he was actually shouting. So I was surprised, what was the news? Why is Swamiji so agitated? Why is he so angry? And why is he talking like this? So what actually happened was the news channel was showing an incident wherein some political supporters of N.T. Ramarao approached him and requested him to come to Hindupur, which was his constituency. He won as an MLA from Hindupur itself. So he was asked, he was requested, please come to Hindupur personally, visit the constituency and be a part of the propaganda for the next election. And it seems N.T. Ramarao replied, there is no need for me to go to Hindupur. Even if I send my footwear, people will garland them and vote me back to power. Okay? This is a statement that was given by N.T. Ramarao, the then Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, who had sought blessings from Swamiji to do public service, to serve the people who elected him to be the Chief Minister. And this time he was talking like this. Let me repeat that. The statement was, there is no need for me to personally go to Hindupur, my constituency, even if I send my footwear, that is slippers. People will garland the slippers and vote for me. This is a statement that N.T. Ramarao said. So that is the statement which made Swamiji extremely angry. And he was shouting on that night in his room in Bangalore. Okay. He was saying, this fellow is going to lose the election and is going to go away. He will not be the chief minister anymore. And that's exactly what happened. Not only him, his party itself lost the election. They could not form the government. And then after that, I don't remember the exact dates when it happened, and I have not kept a record. We can probably check in Google if you want. Okay. His life had taken a very bad turn after that. The person who claimed to be a sannyasi then married another woman. When his children were quite grown up, why quite grown up? They were probably in the Middle Ages. He was an old man by that time, okay, probably 70 years of age. And his children would be 40, 50 years of age. So at that age, he married another woman called Lakshmi Shiva Parvati. And there was some political trouble and all that. So finally what happened was, his own son-in-law, he turned all the family members of N.T. Ramarao against N.T. Ramarao. And he became the party leader. I am talking about Chandrababu Naidu, who is now currently the chief minister of the Andhra Pradesh state, not of Telangana, only the Andhra Pradesh state. Okay. So the Chandrababu Naidu was or is the son-in-law of N.T. Ramarao. So the son-in-law, his own son-in-law turned against him. Not only did he turn against N.T. Ramarao, he turned all the family members of N.T. Ramarao against N.T. Ramarao because N.T. Ramarao was giving all political power to his new wife, Lakshmi Shiva Parvati. Okay? So that was the collapse of N.T. Ramarao. And after that, he passed away, and that was the end. Okay? Now, why did I narrate this story in answer to Sri's question? This was real happiness or blessings that I saw from Swamiji. Okay. Let me tell you this. That day when Swamiji blessed him, and after he left, we went into Swamiji's room. When I saw Swamiji, okay, he was seated there on the mattress on the floor, but somehow I felt that he was drained of all energy. Okay. I mean, the glow in his body, the glow on his face, that was diminished. He was quite healthy in those days. I am talking about 1985, right? And we gave him a bath just before that. So all that was fine. So I am trying to tell you that whatever he said, N.T. Ramarao asked me blessings to serve the people, and Swamiji gave him the blessings. Okay? So that was the power that Swamiji transferred to N.T. Ramarao, by virtue of which he could become very successful as a chief minister. He was a very successful administrator. He had brought in a lot of changes, lot of development in the state. Okay? And he earned a huge, huge name as an administrator, not as a cinema actor, which he already had, right? So I have seen Swamiji's blessings do this to N.T. Ramarao, and I have also seen when Swamiji removed his blessings, let me say that, okay, or probably cursed him because of his ahankara, arrogance, okay. So a person who wanted to serve the people, how can he say that even if I send my footwear, people will garland my footwear and then vote for me? They defeated him, finished. Okay, Sri? So this is the explanation that I am giving to you, okay? See, one part of it is the honesty, okay? Had he continued to serve the people, he would have continued to have Swamiji's blessings. When he developed that kind of an arrogance, because of the power that he had, because of the popularity that he got, the blessings were removed, he was instead given a curse. So that is the anger that I have seen. Okay. Same person, probably a period of 5-8 years in between. And these are two incidents that happened between the same guru and between Swamiji and the same devotee. I don't know if I can call him a devotee, Swamiji and N.T. Ramarao. Okay. So this is what happened. And Navya, please let them ask any questions if they have.
Yeah. So everybody, if you have any follow-up questions, you can raise your hand or you can unmute yourself or you can also put it in the chat. Akka, do you have any follow-up question? Shri Akka, it was your question.
No, is she convinced with my answer, Amma?
Yes, Uncle. Thanks, Uncle.
Okay, Sri. You're welcome.
Thanks, Navya.
I think there are no questions, Uncle.
Okay, Amma.
Even in the live.
Okay, Amma. So it's almost 8:30 now. I don't think I can take up the next question now. Navya?
Yeah.
It will take some time. I won't be able to complete it in just a couple of minutes. So we will have to postpone that question again to the next satsang session. Okay. So we can have the informal session, Amma, now.
Yeah.
Any
Yes,
other questions? Anything else that the devotees would like to know or would like to discuss? please let us know and then we can discuss that.
Yeah, thanks again, Jagadish. It was really
Thanks,
good.
Anurag. Thanks for your patience.
It's very good because even Vishwamitra, they say,
Ah,
had to meditate for thousands of years to get
yeah,
self-realization.
yeah,
And for Swamiji, the only one criteria is that you shouldn't have an ego. And I think he mentioned that if you have ego, just think of him, place the vibhuti in your prakriti, and
yeah.
that's it. You can get on to your sadhana. It's such an easy way instead of suffering for thousands of years, you know.
Uh,
Thank you.
I don't know if NTR did that. He would not do that, right? I mean, once you develop
Yeah.
arrogance, forget God, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't make that kind of a statement.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
his loss. Thank
Mm.
you, Jagadish. Balayogi Maharaj ki
Jai.
jai.
Hello, Uncle.
Huh?
Namaste.
Yes. Who is this?
Girish.
Ha, Girish. Yeah, tell me, Girish.
Ah. So, uh, Maharaj gave any Guru Dakshina to his Guru because it is tough to give Guru Dakshina to a Guru. So, what was his Guru Dakshina he gave? If so, what? Just wanted to know. Or
Yeah.
what?
I remember you asked me that question, Girish. I'm still thinking about it. But if you want, I can just give a short answer now. See, the Guru Dakshina that we talk about, I don't think that applies to uh, Adhyatmika Gurus. Okay? Guru who is our spiritual Guru, I don't think that Guru Dakshina or the concept behind that, very, I mean, of course, we do give donations to our Guru, and many of us have given donations to Swamiji. Okay, it could be in the form of money, it could be in the form of service, it could be in other forms also, and we all have given donations to Swamiji. We have made offerings, and Swamiji has accepted those offerings. But the the connotation that comes with the term dakshina, okay, that I think is applicable to a teacher and his student, not to a guru and a disciple. No, but we do use the term guru and shishya even for a teacher and a student. Okay, so there, I mean, the guru who is also, who is not a yogi, but who is teaching some subject. It could be a language, it could be humanities, it could be science, something like that. Okay, and he is teaching that. And today, as at least as of today, it is like it's a profession. Teaching has become a profession, right? So, I mean, he has to earn his livelihood by teaching. Okay. Now, today we have institutions, which collect the money in the form of fees, and then they give salaries to the teachers or to lecturers or to professors. Okay, so we don't have that kind of a Guru Dakshina in that field. I mean, in the field of education, we don't have that Guru Dakshina concept. But in the olden days, where, I mean, the Sanskrit term for a teacher is Acharya, Dronacharya, Krupacharya, right? So Acharya means a teacher. He is teaching you a skill. It could be a language skill. It could be, a skill like an archery, which was true with Dronacharya, right? Shukracharya, we say, right? But we don't use the term Acharya for Brihaspati, who is considered a guru. Okay. Shukracharya is also considered a guru for the Rakshasas. Okay, but he is called an Acharya, whereas Brihaspati is not called an Acharya. Okay, so, and what you are saying is correct. I agree with you that no matter what we do, okay, we cannot repay what the Guru has done to us. Whatever the Guru has given to me, I cannot repay it. I cannot repay it either in the form of money or in any other form. And he doesn't expect that from me either. A spiritual Guru, I mean, what I talked about as Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, such a Guru doesn't expect anything from his disciples. Okay? Now, in Hindi, there is a saying which my teacher, I mean, he used to teach us Hindi, he used to teach us other languages. So he would tell us a single line saying in Hindi, which is, सीख तो ऐसा चाहिए जो गुरु को सब कुछ दे, और गुरु ऐसा चाहिए जो सीख से कुछ नहीं ले. Okay, in English, the translation is, a disciple should be such that he will offer everything of his to the Guru. And a Guru has to be such that he doesn't accept or expect anything from the disciple. Okay, so this is the ideal Guru and Shishya combination that is there in our tradition. Okay, now it might be difficult for the Westerners to understand this, because when we went to the US, there were questions asked of Swamiji. If you don't charge people for whatever you are teaching, how do you support yourself? Okay, I'll come to that. I'll explain that in the answer itself. Swamiji used to say, no problem. Somebody will give him the food. Somebody will give him a place to stay. Okay. And this is actually there in the interview. I think I mentioned it once. The person who was interviewing Swamiji, he himself asked this question of Swamiji. Swamiji, if you don't charge anyone, then how do you support yourself? Swamiji said it happens automatically. A guru who is carrying out the mission of his guru, of God, does not need to earn his living. He gets it automatically. And so that guy was perplexed. How do you exactly get your food, kind of question, And Swamiji explained, see, when I walked in to your studio, you offered me a glass of water, didn't you? He said, yes, I offered you a glass of water. And Swamiji asked him, did I ask you for that? Did Swamiji ask you for that? He said, no. Then Swamiji said, see, it is as simple as that. Everything happens like that. Okay? And to explain to you, like Swamiji's visit to the US and UK, the devotees there used to gather money, collect money. I should not say collect probably, because it was not imposed on anybody. Okay? Swamiji's principle was that if a person wanted to host Swamiji at his place, in his town, okay, then he was told what all he needs to do there. But he was not expected to pay anything to Swamiji, never. And at the same time, Swamiji made it a strict rule that he cannot collect donations, or he cannot collect that charge from others. So there is no kind of a fees there, right? So that everybody who attends the program has to pay this much. Everybody who is initiated into meditation has to pay this much for initiation. Anybody who performs a Pada Puja has to pay this much. No. If the host is willing to spend the money to host Swamiji and take care of his food and his stay and all that. That's all. Swamiji didn't expect anything else from them. Okay. Now, those are the things which I think come under the classification of Dakshina. Had Swamiji charged something, that would have become Dakshina for his teachings. Swamiji did not. Swamiji did not expect any payment in any form for his teaching. Actually, the statement he made was, I initiate, or Swamiji initiates people into meditation in the aspect of a friend. As a friend, okay? So as a friend, you are accepting the initiation. You don't have to pay back anything. There is no charge for that. So he would say, you don't even have to become a devotee of Swamiji to do Swamiji's meditation or to take initiation from Swamiji. You can take the initiation and practice it. You need not become Swamiji's devotee. Okay. Now, in such a case, how do we bring in the concept of Dakshina? Because that doesn't apply either to Swamiji or to any of the yogis and their disciples. They don't expect anything from us, and there is no way we can actually repay them in any form. Okay, Girish, I hope that satisfies you.
Perfect.
Okay, Girish, thanks.
So would Guruji, if wants, can prevent the Shishya not to fall into the trap of Ahankara, something like which N.T. Ramarao has fallen into? I think yeah. Is it possible for the Guru to do such things for a good Shishya which he forces kind of?
Yeah, so this brings another story to my mind. So let me narrate that. And may I know who asked this question, please?
Yeah, this is Mahesh from Hyderabad.
Mahesh from Hyderabad. Okay, Mahesh.
Yeah.
See, I will tell you the answer to that. Okay, the answer comes to my mind is about a devotee who lived in Bangalore. He is no more now. He has passed away. And the story is that his wife used to come to Swamiji. I mean, as you may know, Swamiji had come here to Bangalore in the year 1963. Okay, and several devotees started coming to Swamiji after that. So his wife, his name was Ramusa. Okay, so his wife used to come to Swamiji, and she used to tell Swamiji, Swamiji, my husband is a drunkard. Okay, we have a few looms. I think they were into the handloom profession. So he has a few looms, so he is earning money. That is all fine. But he spends his evenings drinking liquor. And he wastes a lot of money on that. And, it is a bad habit. So I want you to stop him. So please stop him from drinking. Okay. Then she kept asking Swamiji again and again. But he must have given her some vibhuti to for her husband, or I don't know about that because Ramusa did not tell me that. Okay. What he told me was that one day, because his wife was persuading him repeatedly, he came to the ashram. And his wife was there, so she introduced her husband to Swamiji. And in front of the husband itself, the lady complained to Swamiji, saying, Swamiji, please stop his bad habit of drinking, alcoholism. Okay. Then because his wife was there, Swamiji spoke to him. Why do you drink? Why do you waste money on that? It is also not good for your health. So stop this bad habit. It seems Ramusa answered Swamiji, Swamiji, have you ever had liquor? And Swamiji was shocked and surprised. He said, no, I never had liquor. Then he said, Ramusa told Swamiji, Swamiji, just have once. Once you get the taste or the effect of liquor, I am telling you, you won't leave it at all. You will become a drunkard. Then Swamiji had to keep quiet. Okay, he didn't say anything. Then he went away. Then it's Swamiji told his wife, you look at your husband, I am trying to correct him and he's trying to teach me drinking. Okay, he wants to make me a drunkard. So please don't bring him to me anymore. Okay, now the story doesn't end here. Please wait. So a few more years passed, and it seems one day Ramusa himself came to Swamiji. This time his wife did not persuade him. He came by himself. And then he begged Swamiji, Swamiji, please get help me get rid of this habit, this bad habit. My health is also going bad. I am wasting a lot of money on this. But please believe me, I am trying to leave this habit, but I am unable to do it. It is beyond me. I don't want to drink, but I cannot help it. Every evening, I get drunk. So please help me with this. Swamiji asked him, are you honest? Do you really want to leave drinking? And again, he touched Swamiji's feet and said, Swamiji, please, yes, I am asking you. Honestly, I am asking you. I want to leave this bad habit. Please help me leave this habit. Then it seems Swamiji blessed some vibhuti and gave it to him and told him, the next time you feel like drinking liquor, add a pinch of this vibhuti into the liquor and then drink it. So this fellow was surprised, but also happy that Swamiji himself is allowing him to drink the liquor, but with a pinch of vibhuti added. So how does it matter? He can continue to have the liquor. So the next time he wanted to drink, he had that urge to drink, he picked up the glass of liquor, added a pinch of vibhuti in it, and tried to drink it. And believe me, Ramusa himself tells us this story. Okay? He says, immediately I had developed nausea and I vomited the liquor. Think of this, a person who used to get drunk every evening. That evening, he mixes a pinch of blessed vibhuti blessed by Swamiji in the liquor, and he drinks it, and immediately he throws it up. And what happened after that is, he could not stand the sight or smell of liquor after that. And he got rid of the habit. Have I answered your question? No?
Yes, Jagdish garu. Yes, excellent.
But ఇప్పుడు
Yeah,
అర్థమైంది కదా?
if Guru wants, he can
No, sorry. The Guru wanted to do it the first time also, but he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, the self also should have commitment.
So if you are willing to correct yourself,
Yes.
if you are willing to change, and from your heart, you seek blessings from Swamiji, he will definitely help you.
help.
But if you want to be arrogant, and if you are enjoying the arrogance, Swamiji will not do anything to you. You will have to learn your own lesson.
Thank you very much, Jagdish.
Okay?
Thanks a lot.
Welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Yama, any other question?
Uncle, Vijayalakshmi auntie had asked a question in the chat. So
Okay.
I'll unmute her so that she
Yeah,
will.
just check if she'll be willing to ask the question. Yeah.
Vijayalakshmi auntie, I have unmuted you, so you can go ahead and ask the question.
Yes, Anna.
Yeah,
Uh,
Amma.
Actually, what I found is that among all the bad qualities, I think Swamiji most doesn't like his arrogance.
Yeah.
Because if you see NTR also, I'm not sure whether in Hindupur he was not doing good work, that is, or was it because of that arrogant statement he made?
Mm.
Uh, at that time, was the NTR sannyasi or like was he already married? Kind of.
No, ma, that question is simple to answer. See, as I told you earlier,
Mm.
N.T. Ramarao was married long time ago, several decades ago. He had grown-up children. I mean, I don't want to call them children at all. See, there are cinema actors who are even active now. Perlind Babu Balwale. Balakrishna is one such actor, Amma.
Mm.
He is the son of N.T. Ramarao.
Then when he met Swamiji, that time he was a sannyasi, but after he became chief minister, that time he how like he was married and he took sannyasi. What was it like?
Yeah, Masi, that's what we tried to explain to Swamiji.
Hmm.
See, we told Swamiji that Swamiji, we know that he is an actor.
Hmm.
So he is just claiming that he is a sannyasi, wearing ochre robes,
Okay.
okay, and acting like a sannyasi. As I said, he was a chief minister of a state, right? I mean, you might say that Yogi Adityanath is also a chief minister.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, but then this fellow was a cinema actor.
Mm.
And as we had said, as people expected,
Mm.
he again got married to that lady by the name of Lakshmi Shiva Parvati. And what he told people was that it seems that lady came to him when he was sick and then took care of him for a very long time and took very good, so good care of him that he had to marry her.
Mm.
Okay. Now, see, that is aside. I mean, Swamiji did not bother about that. Swamiji did not bother about N.T. Ramarao getting married or wearing ochre robes or not being a sannyasi or anything like that. My understanding is that N.T. Ramarao asked Swamiji blessings to serve the people,
Mm.
and then he became arrogant against the people, right?
He was not doing good job at the time,
He
NTR.
did a good job, Amma. For several years, he did a good job.
Mm.
And after that, this change came into him.
Why he was so confident that Hindupur will vote him even if he doesn't go there?
No, Hindupur did not vote for him. So
No,
it
but
was false
why he
confidence.
told that, no, why was he so confident that Hindupur will vote him even if he sends his padukas, or I don't know whether he was a sannyasi that time or what?
No. Amma, what I mean is, he was so overconfident about his own popularity,
Acha, that's why.
both as a film actor as well as a chief minister.
Okay, not because of the good work done. It was not that like. I was just trying to understand whether he had done so much work for Hindupur. That
Ah,
was his confidence that Hindupur would choose him. So that was my thing. But if he was talking because he thought he's very popular and no
ah,
matter whether he does work or not, and he will still get away,
ah.
that is what I wanted to understand.
No, but that is obvious, right? I mean, had he been really popular for his good work at that time,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
then people would have voted him back.
Hmm. They didn't
Okay.
vote him back, is it? Hmm.
Yeah, but then the reality was that
Hmm.
his own people turned against him,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And I mean, that happened because of several reasons.
Hmm.
And the person who did that was again Chandrababu Naidu, okay, his own son-in-law.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, see that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Any other question, Amma?
No, uncle, not in either live or in the YouTube, I mean, in the Zoom chat.
Okay, Navya. So that's it. So shall we close it then? It's almost 9 o'clock now. There's still a few minutes left. If anybody would like to ask the question, ask any question, they can.
No question, Uncle, but thanks for you and your team for this
Okay.
wonderful things in the evening. It is like what a meditation class rather than a Satsang.
No, no, Girish, this is not meditation. Okay. This is a question answer session.
Uh,
And this is not meditation. Okay.
yeah, thanks for your team, Uncle, and
Okay.
for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jai
Thanks,
Maharaj.
Girish. Thanks for asking the questions and keep the questions coming. Okay. Yeah, Balu. Antena? ಯಾವ್ದು ಬಾಲು Okay. There's just a small announcement that I want to make. See, we have a WhatsApp group by the name of SBY Satsang. Okay, so those who want to ask the questions in advance, uh, they can send a message to me on the WhatsApp group. So you will have to share your number, your mobile number on which you have WhatsApp. Share your number with us wherever you are in in any country. It doesn't matter because WhatsApp is available to all of us now. So you can send your questions in advance. Okay. I mean, I know you can ask your question on uh, the Zoom link live. Okay. But then if you want me to get ready with an answer to your question, and that way what happens is I will get some time to think about it. Okay. And give you the appropriate answer in a proper way. Okay. So if you are willing to join that group and be willing to ask the question in advance, please share your mobile numbers with us. And Balu, how do you expect them to share it? No, but only during the live or? Yeah. Yeah. Navya, but what is the question, Amma? I could not read it completely. I think I saw only part of the question on the screen.
Yes, Uncle. The question is,
Ha.
Uncle, Swamiji used to tell some stories changed in scriptures.
Ha.
Can you share some stories from Ramayana or Mahabharata which were different?
Okay. So from whom is this question, Amma?
It is from an anonymous user, Uncle.
Anonymous user. Okay. So just reply back to that anonymous user. Okay. Saying that in the next sessions of satsang, we'll try to address that question. Okay. I'll try to talk about some of the things that Swamiji talked about, which were different from what we know from the scriptures. Okay. Thank you.
Sure, Uncle. Yeah.
ಆಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ ಯಾರು ಇದ್ರೆ ಸರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಬಾಲು ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸಿ ಬಾಲು ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಡು ದೇ ಶೇರ್ ದೇರ್ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ನಂಬರ್ ವಿತ್ ಅಸ್ do you display my number so that they can send a direct message to my number? Do you display this number anywhere in YouTube or Facebook or where they can send their mobile number to me directly or to you or anyone? They can send it to the anchor. Hmm? Ah. Navya,
Yes, Uncle.
please share my phone number, including the country code, my
Sure.
WhatsApp phone number, 9606, that one, huh?
No.
On the chat. on the
Okay.
YouTube, on the Zoom chat, as well as on the YouTube.
Sure,
So if
uncle.
anybody wants to join the group, the Satsang group, they can share their number to me, and then I'll add them to the group. Okay?
Sure, uncle. Yeah.
Okay, right. Hmm? Yeah. Okay, Navya. So shall I? Now let's close it now. There's still 3 minutes left, but if there are no questions, then let us close the session.
Yeah, uncle. I'll put the phone number, the WhatsApp number in the Zoom chat, and then we
Okay.
can close the session, uncle.
Okay. Right.
ಕೇಳಿಸಲ್ಲ ನವ್ಯದ
ಹೌದಾ?
ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಇವಾಗ
ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ನವ್ಯಾನರು.
ಆಡಿಯೋ ಬಂತ ಸಾರಿ ಅಂತ
ಹಾ,
ನವ್ಯ
ಫೋನ್
ಹಾ
ಮಾಡು.
ಬಾಬಾ. ನೀನು Zoom ನ ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಹಾ, ಓಕೆ. ಚಾಟ್ ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡು.
ಓಕೆ
ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಡಾಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು.
ಸೈಡ್ ಆ 3 ಡಾಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್
ನವ್ಯ?
ಮಾಡಿ. ಹಲೋ,
ಹಾ,
ನೀನು ಝೂಮ್ ನ ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಓಕೆ.
ಅಂಕಲ್
ಚಾಟ್ ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡು.
ಓಕೆ.
ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಬಾಬು, ಎಕೋ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಆನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಹೆಲೋ, ನೀನ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟಲ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಬಾಬು? शिवबालयोगी महाराज की जय।
जय
ಜೈ.
ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು.